Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, and as always, I'm really happy to have you here with us today. If you are listening right now, I just want you to know something very important. You are not alone in your English learning journey.
That's right, Jason. Hello, everyone. I'm Julia, and today we're going to talk about something that so many learners feel but rarely talk about. You might understand English when you read it, when you watch videos, or when you listen, but when it comes to speaking, suddenly everything disappears.
Yes, exactly. And if that sounds like you, then this episode is specially for you. Because today, we are going to break down this problem in a very simple way. And more importantly, we will show you how you can start speaking with more confidence step by step.
So stay with us until the end, because this is not just theory. We are going to make it practical, simple, and something you can actually use in your daily life starting today.
All right, everyone, let's talk about the real struggle that almost every English learner faces at some point in their journey. You can understand English very well. You watch movies, you listen to podcasts, maybe you even understand teachers in class. But when someone suddenly asks you a simple question in English, your mind just goes completely blank.
Yes, Jason, and this is actually very frustrating for learners. Because inside your mind you're thinking, I know this word, I understand this sentence, I've heard it many times before, but when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. It feels like your brain just freezes for a moment.
Exactly. And many learners start thinking something is wrong with them, but the truth is, it's not about intelligence. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how your brain has been trained. Most learners spend years just listening, reading, and memorizing, but very little time actually speaking.
And that creates a big gap. Because understanding English is a passive skill. You receive information, but speaking is an active skill. You have to produce language instantly without time to think too much. And that's where the problem starts for most people.
Right? And another big reason is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, fear of saying something wrong. So even when you know the answer, your confidence blocks your voice.
And that's why so many learners say, I understand English, but I can't speak it. But the good news is, this is not permanent. It's just a stage. And once you understand why it happens, you can start fixing it step by step.
Now, let's go a little deeper into the real reason behind this problem. Because once you understand it clearly, everything starts to make sense. The truth is, most learners think speaking English is about knowing more words or memorizing more grammar rules. But that's not the main issue.
Exactly, Jason. The real issue is not what you know, it's what you can actually use in real time. Many learners have a big vocabulary in their mind, but when they try to speak, they don't have enough practice turning those words into fast sentences.
Yes, and there is a very important difference here. Listening and reading are passive skills. That means your brain has time. You can pause, think, and understand slowly. But speaking is completely different. It is active. You have to think, choose words, build a sentence, and speak, all in just a few seconds.
And because most learners don't practice that active process enough, their brain doesn't develop speed. So even simple questions feel difficult, not because they are hard, but because the brain is not trained to respond quickly in English.
Another important reason is translation. Many learners first think in their native language, then try to translate into English in their head. But real conversation doesn't give you that time. So everything becomes slow and confusing.
And let's not forget confidence. Even if you know the answer, fear can block your speaking ability. You start worrying about grammar mistakes, pronunciation, or what people will think, and that pressure stops your natural flow.
So, when we combine all of this, lack of speaking practice, translation habit, and fear, we get the real reason. Your brain simply hasn't been trained for fast English speaking yet.
But the important message here is this: it is not a permanent problem. It's just a skill that needs training, and in the next parts, we will show you exactly how to train your brain to start speaking naturally and confidently.
Now, let's talk about something very important that can completely change how you see your English learning journey: the difference between knowing English and using English. Because many learners believe that if they understand grammar rules and know a lot of vocabulary, then they should automatically be able to speak fluently. But in reality, that's not how it works.
Yes, Jason, and this is where many students get stuck for years. They study English for a long time. They know meanings of words. They understand sentences. They can even pass exams. But when it's time to speak, they hesitate, they pause, and sometimes they completely stop.
Exactly. Because knowing English is like storing information in your brain. But using English is like taking that information out instantly and turning it into real communication. And that second part is what most learners never practice enough.
Right. Think about it like this. If you know how to swim in theory, that doesn't mean you can actually swim in water. You need real practice. You need to enter the water, move your body, and train yourself. English is exactly the same. You don't just learn it in your mind. You must use it in real time.
And another key point is speed. When you are using English, you don't have time to think for 1 minute about every sentence. You need to respond quickly. That speed only comes from practice, not from reading or memorizing.
So the real goal should not just be, I want to understand English. The goal should be, I want to use English comfortably in real conversations. Because fluency is not about how much you know. It's about how naturally you can use what you know.
And once learners understand this difference, everything starts to change. They stop overstudying and start practicing more. And that's the real shift that leads to fluency. All right, everyone. Now we've reached the most important part of today's episode. Because understanding the problem is useful, but what really changes your English is knowing exactly what to do next. So let's go step by step on how you can actually start speaking English confidently in your real life, even if you feel like you are not ready yet.
Yes, Jason, and the first step is something very simple but very powerful. Start speaking alone every single day. Many learners think they need a partner, but the truth is, you already have everything you need. You can describe your day, talk about what you are doing, or even just speak your thoughts out loud in simple English. The goal is not perfection. The goal is movement. Just start talking.
Exactly. And the second step is to think in English during your daily life. For example, when you see something, don't name it in your native language first. Try to say it in English inside your mind. Even simple thoughts like, I am going to eat or I am feeling tired help your brain slowly switch into English mode. And that is very important for fluency.
The third step is to use simple sentences. Many learners make the mistake of trying to speak very complex English, but that creates pressure and stops fluency. Instead, use short, clear, and easy sentences. Simple English spoken confidently is much better than complex English spoken with hesitation.
And step 4 is shadowing. This means you listen to native speakers and repeat immediately after them. Not slowly, not memorizing. Just listen and copy the rhythm, pronunciation, and speed. This trains your mouth and brain to speak naturally without thinking too much.
And finally, the fifth step is very important. Stop translating from your native language. When you translate in your head, your speaking becomes slow and broken. Instead, try to build direct English thinking. At first, it feels difficult, but with practice, it becomes natural.
So if we put it all together, speak alone, think in English, use simple sentences, practice shadowing, and avoid translation. These are small daily habits, but if you do them consistently, your speaking confidence will grow much faster than you expect.
And remember, you don't need to wait for perfect English. You just need to start using the English you already know, because confidence doesn't come before speaking, it comes because of speaking.
All right, everyone, now let's make this very practical. Because many learners listen, understand, and feel motivated. But they still don't know what real English speaking actually looks like in daily life. So, Julia, let's show them a simple, real conversation they can use in everyday situations.
Yes, Jason, and we will keep it very simple, natural, and easy to copy. Imagine two friends meeting each other in the morning.
Hi, Julia. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Jason. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, too. I just woke up and I'm a little bit tired, but I'm ready for the day.
That's nice. What are your plans for today?
I'm planning to study English for a while, maybe watch a video, and then go outside for some fresh air. What about you?
That sounds great. I will also study a little English and then help my family at home. It's a normal day for me.
Perfect. And notice everyone, this is real English. No complicated grammar, no difficult words, just simple, natural sentences that you can use every single day. Yes, and the most important thing is confidence. Even if your English is not perfect, you can still have a full conversation like this. You just need to start using it in real life. All right, everyone. Now let's quickly talk about some common mistakes that stop English learners from becoming fluent. Because sometimes it's not about learning more, it's about stopping the habits that are slowing you down.
Yes, Jason. The first big mistake is waiting for perfection. Many learners think, I will speak when my English becomes perfect, but that moment never comes. Fluency comes from speaking with mistakes, not from waiting for perfection.
Another mistake is overthinking grammar. Students often stop speaking because they are trying to build a perfect sentence in their head. But in real conversation, speed is more important than perfection.
And don't forget comparing yourself to others. Some learners feel bad when they see someone speaking better, but everyone has their own journey. Comparing only reduces confidence.
Exactly. So the message is simple. Stop waiting, stop overthinking, and stop comparing. Just start speaking, even if it's simple and not perfect. Before we finish today's episode, I want you to understand something very important. Every fluent English speaker you hear today, every native speaker, every confident speaker, they all started exactly where you are right now. Confused, slow, and making mistakes.
Yes, Jason. And the truth is, mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teacher. Every time you try to speak, even if it's not perfect, you are training your brain to become stronger. Confidence doesn't come first. It comes after practice.
So don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect English. That moment doesn't exist. The only way forward is to start now, speak now, and improve step by step.
And remember, your voice matters. Even simple English is powerful when you use it with confidence. Keep going, keep practicing, and don't give up. You are closer to fluency than you think.
All right, everyone, let's quickly sum it up. Understanding English is great, but real progress comes when you start using it in daily life, not just learning it.
Yes, and remember, speak every day, use simple sentences, don't fear mistakes, and stop waiting for perfect English. Confidence grows through action.
Keep practicing a little every day, and your speaking will naturally improve.
You've got this. Just start speaking today.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of our English Learning Podcast. If you found this helpful, make sure you practice what we talked about today. Don't just listen, speak it.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay connected and keep improving your English step by step. We believe in you.
See you in the next episode.
Take care and keep speaking English every day.